Inoue stops Cardenas in the 8th round by TKO, and what a fight! And honestly, this was a really really banger fight, especially after the weekend of boxing we had. We had Devin Haney barely landing anything. We had Canelo and Skull, and that was a really shitty fight. And now we have this beautiful fight. From the right off the bat, you can tell Cardenas was game. In the first round, he was landing jabs on Inoue. He actually made Inoue's nose bleed. But Inoue did enough to win the first round. He was aggressive. He was doing what Inoue was doing. But Inoue was throwing those wide hooks, and he would leave himself open. And boom, in the second round, Cardenas got Inoue with a left hook, I think. He sat him down. Inoue got dropped in the second round. But Inoue made the adjustments. In the third round, he did get hit by a lot of counters by Cardenas. The third round was pretty close, honestly. You could give it to Cardenas, but I think Inoue did enough to win that round. Cardenas landed a lot in the last 30 seconds of the round, but I think Inoue did enough work to win. But after that round, it was all Inoue. It was just all Inoue. Some of the rounds, especially the round before the finish, he got finished in round 8, so round 7, it was really, it was pure domination by Inoue. You could have scored that at 10-8, but Cardenas just did enough to survive and threw enough back that it wasn't a 10-8. But yeah, man, Inoue, he can make these adjustments. He was dropped by Nuri. He came back and finished Nuri. He makes these adjustments. I saw a lot of people on Twitter freaking out that Inoue got dropped. Is it over for Inoue? Some people said that Inoue is very predictable. He's not predictable. You can catch him. He's hittable, but he'll just come back at you even stronger. Man, Inoue's style is so beautiful. I love he's just aggressive. He doesn't throw 1-2 combination. He doesn't even throw 1-2-3 combinations. He throws bam 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 1-2-3-4-5. Head body body head. That's what he does. And he's not even just a head hunter. He's a body hunter too. He was breaking. That's why he broke Cardenas down. If he just went for Cardenas' head, this fight probably would have made it into the 9th, 10th, 11th round. But Inoue was breaking him down from the body from the start. After he got dropped, Inoue went for a full body assault. That's how Cardenas started putting his hands down. And that's when Inoue started landing his right hand. Especially when they were in toe-to-toe distance. That's where Inoue came over the top with his right hand. He started saying Cardenas back. And some of the body shots, Cardenas was going to the ropes. It was a pretty nice performance from Inoue. Even though he got dropped, it was a pretty A-class level performance from Inoue. I think the only flaw Inoue has in his game is he just gets overzealous with his hooks, doesn't bring his hand back, and doesn't have his guard up at times. That's it. That's the only flaw I see in Inoue. Other than that, he's very explosive and doesn't even have a cardio issue. He's so explosive, but he can maintain this pace. We saw that in the Donaire fight, the first one where he won all 12 rounds. Inoue can keep this pace. It's just he has some defensive holes. But in the divisions that Inoue fights in, the division that he's champion in, who hits harder than Inoue? We've seen him get dropped, but who hits harder than him? No one's going to hit harder than him. And all people are saying that they want to see Gervonta Davis versus Inoue. That's too big of a gap for Inoue. There's no point making that fight. It doesn't really make sense. I know, Crawford is fighting Canelo, but, when you're already... You know what I mean? It's Inoue's going to have to jump such a big gap to fight Gervonta Davis, and Gervonta Davis is going to knock him out. So it would be a fun fight. I'll still tune in, but, it doesn't really make sense at the end of the day. I'd rather see Gervonta Davis fight people in his division, the best in his division. Anyways, guys, what did you guys think of Inoue's performance? And thank God this fighting saved boxing, this weekend's boxing, because if this weekend all we had was Canelo, Devin Haney, and Ryan Garcia, it was going to be a really bad weekend. But Inoue and Cardenas saved this weekend. But who do you guys think Inoue should fight next, and what's next for Inoue? What do you guys think of his performance? As always, thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.